So your company is looking to break into the Indian market. Well, you're going to find out pretty quick that digital trust isn't just a nice to have, it's a hard requirement. Today, we're going to break down the one essential tool that acts as your official key to that trust, the Foreign Organization Digital Signature Certificate, or DSC for short. Okay, first things first, you've got to understand the landscape. India's digital economy is built on a rock-solid foundation of trust and verified identities. This is especially true when you're talking about big stuff like government contracts or legal filings. Now, for a company that's operating from another country, that presents a pretty big hurdle. And that leads us to the million-dollar question, right? How on earth do you prove your company is a real, legitimate legal entity and that you have the authority to act for it from thousands of miles away? And not just prove it, but prove it in a way that Indian authorities are going to instantly recognize and say, yep, we're good. Well, the good news is this isn't some puzzle without a solution. India actually has a very clear, super secure, and standardized system designed for this exact purpose. It's the official on-ramp to establishing that digital trust. And that solution is the Class 3 Foreign Organization Digital Signature Certificate. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but it's best to think of it less like a simple certificate and more like the master key that unlocks all the high-value business opportunities across India. So here's the crucial thing to get your head around. This DSC isn't for a person, not really. It's issued directly to the organization itself. Then it's assigned to an authorized person, say a director, who can then sign on behalf of the entire company. And that is a huge, huge difference. See, a normal individual signature just verifies a person, but an organization's DSC does two incredibly powerful things at once. First, it confirms the company is a real, legally existing entity, and it verifies that the person using it has the full authority to bind that company to a deal. That's a whole other level of trust. So why is this so trusted? What makes it so special? Well, its value doesn't just come from the digital signature at the end. It comes from the incredibly rigorous multi-step verification process that happens before that certificate is ever even created. You know, the absolute best way to think about it is as a notarized digital handshake. It's this formal, legally binding gesture that carries the full weight of authentication, all done digitally, but it's recognized as if you flew to India and signed the paper in person. And this isn't just a nice little analogy. It is locked into Indian law. The Information Technology Act of 2000 makes it crystal clear. Any document you sign with a valid DSC is legally the exact same as one you signed with a wet ink signature. In a court of law, it's absolutely ironclad. All right, let's talk security. You keep seeing that phrase, Class 3. That's not just a random label, folks. That little number is a really big deal. It signifies that this is the highest, most stringent level of identity verification you can get for a digital certificate in India, period. And how does it earn that Class 3 badge? Through this intense two-part process. First, they verify the person. The authorized signatory has to do a live, face-to-face video verification. And second, they verify the company. Your core legal documents, like your certificate of incorporation, have to be officially legalized, either apostilled or consularized, in your home country. This proves both the person and the company are 100% legitimate. So when you put it all together, you get these three incredible pillars of security. You've got that highest level Class 3 verification we just talked about. You have the explicit authentication of the organization itself. And finally, you have rock-solid two-factor security. To sign anything, you need the physical USB token in your hand, and you need to know your secret PIN. It's a real fortress of verification. Okay, so we get it. It's super secure, it's incredibly important. But let's get practical. Where are you actually going to need to use this thing? Let's look at the most common places you'll run into it. Think about this. Want to bid on a huge government tender through portals like CGPP? You'll need one. Planning to incorporate an Indian subsidiary? It's absolutely mandatory. The same goes for filing for a trademark or patent, dealing with customs at the border, or handling your tax filings. In all of these high-stakes arenas, this DSC isn't just a good idea, it's your non-negotiable ticket in the door. And, you know, when you take a step back, it is so important to see this tool for what it really is. It's so easy to look at it as just another piece of bureaucratic paperwork, but it is so much more strategic than that. This foreign organization DSC is not a hurdle to be overcome. It's your company's digital passport. Think about it. A passport proves who you are, it grants you access, and it lets you operate freely. That's exactly what this does for your business in one of the world's fastest growing economies.
It completely transforms your company from a foreign outsider into a verified, trusted participant in the Indian marketplace. Which really just leaves one final question for you to think about. Now that you have the key, which door are you gonna open first?